Hello, dear ones, and welcome to Quantum Heart Awakening. My name is Karen. I am a transpersonal educator, spiritual coach, and oracle. Let's get into a Lionsgate reading, right? Happy Lionsgate, everyone. Let's see. I'm just shuffling right now. What do we need to know? What is the overall message we are working with today, Spirit? I'm curious how some of you slept last night. I had some pretty intense dreams, and I always wake up doing dream work, which for me, I kind of go with the Jungian path of analysis, meaning every character in your dream is another part of self. So I start asking myself, okay, what part of me is this character? And I start going down that rabbit hole. It's pretty profound. Okay, enough of the dream life. We have manifestation, totally appropriate for Lionsgate. This is like supposed to be the portal to do this with. New beginnings in reverse, environment in reverse, and love. Okay, let's see what's in the unconscious. Pride again. For those of you who watched the Twin Flame reading yesterday, interesting. Pride is coming up again. All right. Okay. Here we go. Are you ready? So let's just honor that it is difficult to take pride in our journey when we are in the trenches, right? Let's honor it's difficult to take pride in our journey when we're in pain, when we're in active trauma, active analysis, whatever you want to call it. It is very difficult to honor and acknowledge how far we've come, the steps that we've taken. Sorry, I'm fixing my camera. Sorry for the bouncy bounces. You know, it's difficult. It's difficult when you're in the trenches to see, above ground and really honor how far you've come. However, we're being asked to bring a lot of love and a lot of grace to the pieces of self that helped get us to this moment. Okay. Yeah, there's something about bringing this pride out of the shadow into the light to help create a more hospitable environment so that you can access love in the present moment, which will give you self-esteem, self-confidence, honoring, acknowledging of all that has come before you in the past, right? This, by balancing out your present grounded environment, you will be able to call in these new beginnings. You will be able to gain access to what you actually want to manifest. I mean, how often do we try to manifest something and we aren't really sure if that's actually what we want? A fun little thing that I often say, and I invite my friends to say, is when they say they want something, I say, okay, if that knocked on your door tomorrow morning, are you ready for that? Is that what you actually want? If that was gifted to you right now, is that exactly what you want? And more oftentimes, it might not be totally off. Sometimes it's totally off. Sometimes it's just the manifestation needs a little tweaking, right? So, and in other instances, right, the universe is always open, ready, and willing to gift us what we desire. However, we have to be a vibrational match to it. We have to be ready to step into that version of self that can hold that, right? The other thing that sometimes happens with the universe is like we manifest up something and then the cheeky universe gifts us exactly what we asked for. And we're like, oh crap, that's kind of not what I want, or it's not what I thought it would be. And so there's nothing wrong. No one did anything wrong. We didn't fail at anything, right? It's just an invitation to get even more clear on what is in alignment with our highest and best desire, right? Okay. You know what? I wasn't going to leave these up, but I'm going to. Let's allow these to be the backbone of our reading. Do we want to keep pride on the table? Sure, why not? We'll just leave you right there. All right. Where do we want to go today, Spirit? Where do we want to go? It's interesting. I'm gotta go with my oldie goldies. I actually felt called to use my twin flame deck, but I'm like, you know what? Let's take a break from that. Maybe we'll end with that deck, but I just want to see what else is coming up. Actually, let me be truthful to what we began with. These actually came out in reverse. So let's honor that that's exactly where we are. And that's okay. That something is blocking this new beginning in our environment, right? Something is stifling us from taking that next step. So we're going to lean in. Okay, what does the collective need to know about this blockage? Mending. Okay. Yes. Yes, what is falling on our side of the street that we are being asked to take care of, to clean up? We also have come to the edge, right? This means when I see this card, it means come to the edge of truth. What truth have you been either tiptoeing around or avoiding? And then we have blessed. Do I keep going? I'm going to keep going. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Oh, okay. It's funny. I shuffled and we're getting some of the cards we got yesterday. Okay. All right. There's a lot of divine feminine energy in this reading. We have come to the edge of the fates and higher power in reverse. Again, you've heard me say this over the last few days of masculines and feminines. You know, this is for the collective. So all of us. This includes, well, let's be clear. When I do masculine and feminine readings, it includes all of us anyway. I think that's a really important point. Okay. You've heard me say this over the last few days. Where are you not creating and carving out safe space to reconnect with spirit, to reconnect with source, whatever that means to you? It could be, you could find connection with God through nature, through playing sports, through working out, through yoga, through dancing and singing, through spending time with children. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, but you're being called back home to spirit. This will help you mend your mend these fracture points. They're showing me like cracks. It will help you mend these fracture points of spirit, right? We're meant to be fractured. We get a human body, we incarnate in this body, we're here, we consented to being here in Earth School, and we get fractured from the beginning, right? There's so many things that sort of crack us open and are built to break our spirit and build our spirit, right? This is the grand journey so that we start to detach from this idea of good and bad, from good and evil, right? Excuse me, my throat is closing up. That's interesting. It closed up right when I said good and evil. Okay, sorry about that. Spirit wants us to understand and detach. Excuse me. What is going on right now? Okay. Hold on, I have to pay higher attention because I'm choking, quite literally choking on my words. That's very interesting. Okay. And you know what's wild? I just got full body heat like running through my body. So this is a hot topic for some of you. This is a little bit of a challenging thing. I mean, listen, this is a challenging thing for all of us, right? This is very much a Michael Singer thing, right? Of neither clinging nor rejecting. Michael Singer was the man that wrote The Untethered Soul. He did the surrender experiment. He is like this meditation, I don't want to say guru, that feels gross, but you know what I mean? He's just this very humble, kind, sweet man who's sharing all of this wisdom that he discovered on his path of meditation and oneness. And one of those pillars is that we're practicing neither clinging nor rejecting life around us. We're practicing, neither attaching to these positive experiences, these experiences we labeled as good, and we're not rejecting these experiences that we've labeled as bad. We're practicing this beautiful, beautiful detachment, right? You've heard, in Buddhism, attachment is suffering, right? To really understand what that means is its own, that's enough work to give us a lifetime, right? To keep us busy for a lifetime. This idea of detaching. What does that actually look like in the body in real life? True detachment. So when I was first starting out on my spiritual path, I'm a stubborn intellectual and I ask a ton of questions and I'm impatient. And I think most of us seekers are. When you want truth, you want it now, right? You want it yesterday. And so on my spiritual path, I just remember rattling that over and over in my head. Attachment is suffering. Attachment is suffering. And I was angry. I was pissed off because that didn't mean anything to me. What the hell does that mean? Attachment is suffering. And so my brain and my nervous system was like, okay, well, if attachment is suffering, is there anything that I can attach to that's healthy? And I went on, I'm getting emotional. Is there anything, I'm getting emotional because that's such a sweet, innocent, and vulnerable inquiry. That's such a desire, right? That's such a sweet, innocent desire for my old self to have. Of she just wanted to feel safe, right? She just wanted to feel safe, wanted something she could attach to rely on. She wanted a firm foundation in the chaos of awakening, right? Carolyn Myss calls this spiritual madness, and we have to prepare for it. It's not something you can just, cannonball into the deep end of. If you have a spiritual mentor or guide or coach or guru or whatever, they are supposed to prepare you for that moment of surrender, because you will be called to task. And that's a very daunting task to be called to. So anyway, going back to my sweet little inquiry, I wanted to find something stable that I could attach to. And finally, it dawned on me, the only healthy attachment is divine attachment. I can attach to the divine. I could attach to God, or this thing that I feel is God, this oneness, this infinite unity consciousness. That's the only thing that I have been, and don't take my word for it, go test it. I've been testing it for over a decade. Is there any, and I ask myself, this is alive in my body when I'm going through life. Has my attachment to the divine ever limited me in any capacity? That's my inquiry. Okay, is this still healthy? Is this limiting me? Am I still sovereign? Am I giving up some of my power to something that's not useful? And the answer has been no. So I keep doing it. And this is kind of how the spiritual path works. It's like the divine is going to gift you, and only you, with an awareness that is of your language, right? It's with your color. It's colored in your language. It's colored in your symbols, in the music you like. It's colored with your essence. And no one else can really identify these things. Of course, there's beautiful community that you can share these wild synchronicities with, you can talk about your experiences with. And yes, absolutely, there will be people that will understand and empathize and validate your feelings and experiences. However, at the end of the day, no one else is inside of you with you. It is your consciousness. It is your expression of your bit of divinity, of your piece of this quantum field. It's you. It's unique to you. And so, yes, although I completely support community and never walking this path alone, we're going to have to walk this path alone, right? There's parts of this journey that shove us out of where we were. And sometimes there's a bit of a liminal space until we find our next community or group or thing that we're into or whatever. Okay, let's get back to the reading. I went off on a deep tangent there. Okay, so in the unconscious, we have this poised card. Yeah, people, you think you're not ready, but you are. You think you're not poised to leap off this cliff, but you are. You have all of the tools in your toolbox. You didn't come this far to only come this far, right? You didn't work on gathering all of these tools over all of these weeks, months, years, lifetime, right? You didn't use all this life force to gather all these tools to just not use them, right? You have all the tools in your toolbox to take this next step, to actually claim what you desire, to understand that you're worthy to call in a higher manifestation of your life. Okay, let's go somewhere different. I've been really trying to shuffle extra these days because the messages have been so similar that I'm like, okay, is it me? Is it my human error of not shuffling enough? So let's let's remedy that and see what happens. Okay. All right. What do we need to know about reconnecting with Source? What would support the collective on this journey? What would support them in this worthiness, this understanding of self-love, so that they can nurture that's too many, so they can nurture this new beginning? What would bring love into this environment? Interesting. Good luck in reverse. And finding anything else, Spirit? Let's take them. Friendship. Yeah, this is my that's my community card in reverse, which is sort of it's anchoring what I said. You might be asked to walk this piece of the journey alone, and that's okay. We also have inspiration and courage. I don't know why I put them out like this, but it might reveal to us in a moment. All right, really specific message. I mean, some of you don't believe that you're allowed to have the career of your dreams. Some of you don't actually believe that you can survive and make a living off of your mission-based work, off of your soul work. So there's something about finding confidence in the work that you do and flexing those muscles, right? You're never gonna, I don't want to say never. I don't like to speak in absolutes. However, sometimes we have to flex the muscles to actually build the confidence, right? I had to start doing oracle readings to see if if I could even be of service in this way, right? I've gotten incredible feedback, but let me tell you, I'm very comfortable doing readings. I believe in my gift. I believe in Source. I believe in my own power, that I can contribute to reducing suffering on the planet, right? You've heard me say my mission. My mission is to support the shift of collective consciousness towards authenticity, unconditional love, and infinite oneness. That's my mission statement for my life, right? I'm very comfortable doing this. I've gotten such profound feedback, and it's still hard for me to receive, which is my own personal work. It's hard for me to still, after all these years of conditioning, to feel that these gifts are unworthy. It still knocks on my door every morning, and I still have to confront those difficult inner voices, those difficult experiences or perceptions that I've animated in my energy anatomy, right? That's what's showing up on my side of the street. That's what I get to take accountability for. So you're being asked to, what can you take accountability for? Is there something here that a limiting belief or a fear, which, I love the fear stands for false evidence appearing real. I love that so much. I don't know whoever invented that or where the first time I heard that was, but it's like, it makes perfect sense, right? Really, if we really believe in oneness, there should be zero fear on the planet. There should be, that was a pretty bold statement. Let me unpack it. Let me unpack it a little bit. What I mean is there should be, No fear, the fear that's scared of what other people are going to think. And that's a pretty common fear, right? That's pretty that shows up for almost all people all over the world, right? If we really believe in oneness, if we really believe in our connection to all that is, if we really believe that we're each one thread of this grand tapestry, then there's no one really to be scared of, or, there's no reason to feel shame. If anything, we are celebrating everyone's uniqueness, and we're celebrating the work they're doing and wherever they are on their processing awakening journey, because the work that they do, the work that they are committed to doing, helps the collective, right? What is in me is in the all, right? What is in the all exists within me. And so there's this really, like, you're being asked to call your spirit back from all of these places, all of these thoughts that it doesn't belong, and really take accountability. Does this thought serve my purpose in this moment? Does it serve me into stepping deeper into the work that I'm passionate about? Some of you don't believe that you're worthy enough to have fun and make money. Let's just call it what it is. Like, I'm a healer too. Like, I get it. I'm in the healing industry. It's scary. It's scary to maybe leave your cushy job or a more stable job with a stable paycheck to go out and do this work and actually try to put a monetary value on it, right? So much of this healing work is done because our heart is called to it. And it's very hard sometimes to bring in the financial aspect and really claim, like, this is what I'm worth. It took me years to just, like, get over setting my prices, right? It's a money mindset thing. It's a scarcity mindset. For me, I discovered after years of struggling with that I can't believe I'm talking about this, but I'm just going to be vulnerable, because again, there is no other, right? So what is in me is in the whole. So it took me years. I couldn't understand why I struggled so hard to set my prices. I was like banging my head against the wall. And come to find out through deep, deep analysis and presence that I was scared to set prices and start taking clients, because I never wanted to abandon a client like people have abandoned me. Whoa, right? Like, whoa, that has nothing to do with money, right? That has nothing to do with money. It was a whole other narrative that my unconscious was perpetuating, and I had no clue. It was deeply hidden in the shadows. And the second I realized that, I set my prices that day, and I was like, oh my God, whoa, like, what was I plugged into? And I was unconsciously operating under this false thing, right? Me not wanting, I never want to, I think most healers feel this way. We've been through enough suffering. Our biggest nightmare is causing suffering for others, right? We never want to cause more harm than good. And yet part of that awareness is not up to us, right? How many times have you been awakened through adversity, through pain? What if that person never caused you that pain, and it never gave you the impetus to rise to a higher awareness, to higher love, to anchor that in? So we really have to surrender and have faith in taking the next kindest step in front of us and bringing all of that love, bringing all of that grace into the unknown, right? What are we doing here on the planet? We're learning to make love to the mystery and to surrender the rest, right? How can we just bring total presence and total honoring and reverence to this present moment despite what's going on? Can we detach, sacredness with everything being good, or divine is only the good stuff, right? If you know anything about this spiritual path, it is not for the faint of heart, right? It is brutal. It is quite literally, I'm hearing Clarissa Pinkola Estes say, it boils you down to the bone, in her very beautiful kind of, indigenous grandmother voice. She's such a storyteller, right? She has that beautiful, deep, grounded Mother Gaia voice. If Mother Gaia had a voice, it would be hers. So that's, Yeah, it boils you down to the bone. Think about that. Think about really what that means. Think of all the stripping away and the dismantling. And it's what happens when you boil an animal. Clearly they had to die in order for this process to take place. Oh my goodness, it's such a profound experience. And so let's treat it as such. I'm going to invite you to let go of any pressure you're putting on yourself to be somewhere where you are not. Right? That too, that pressure is taking you out of presence, right? You're worried about the future or you're freaking out about the past, right? Those things keep us out of the present moment. And it's in the present moment is where you can, where's my pointer? It's in the present moment where you can access this manifestation. It's not just accessing, let's be even more clear, you're animating. Right? We have to imprana it. We have to infuse our life force. We have to invest our energetic currency into this vision, into this manifestation for it to come alive. It's like you can't just keep the seeds in the little package you get from the store. You eventually have to rip open the package, put a seed in soil and nourish it, give it the environment that it needs, the sunlight, the water, the air, right? The nutrition. We can't just keep these manifestations in the package. We have to plant them, and planting them takes a bit of life force. It takes a bit of effort. Let's see what's in the unconscious. We have dreams in reverse. Okay, this is again, we keep getting these false shadows. Okay, some of you are animating dreams that are not in alignment with your soul. Some of you are animating and putting all your life force towards a dream that is not your dream. Whose is it? Is it your parents? Is it a part of self that has a social expectation and you think you're supposed to do this thing? Are you supposed to be a lawyer or a doctor or an accountant? Are you supposed to be a stay-at-home mom when you really have a calling for something else? Are you supposed, anytime you catch yourself saying I should or supposed to, catch yourself, really stop, let those words stop you dead in your tracks, because who's putting that pressure on you, right? Who's saying these things? Who's shoving you down this life path? So you're being called to higher clarification to make sure that the dreams and goals that you're speaking into existence are actually yours. Again, by not doing this, you're animating the dreams of other people. You're hindering your new beginning because you're not watering the right seed. It's literally like you're watering someone else's seed and wondering why your seed isn't growing. That's a really good analogy. It's very clear. I'm very proud of myself that just came out, but it's so true, right? It's just so accurate. Wow, I didn't think I'd go on and on this long about these cards. Is there anything else? We have a lot more cards. Very beautiful message here is that, again, returning to that invitation of reconnecting with spirit, this is where your inspiration will come from. Do you see her heart chakra and crown illuminated? It's literally like, allow yourself to love, right? I love this great quote. Somebody asked Teresa of Avila, Saint Teresa of Avila, what she does when she prays. She said, I allow myself to be loved. In this loving, in this receptivity of this profound divine love, it will ignite. I mean, I'm looking here at second, third, and fourth chakra. It will ignite your creativity, your confidence, and your love. This will illuminate your crown chakra, right? This will give you the confidence to believe the wisdom that's flowing through your body. And once you're in this alignment, look at this little star here. It's like you will, everything you touch will turn to gold. Once you become illuminated, everything you touch will be illuminated. You can do this. You're ready for this. This wouldn't be showing up on this sacred Lionsgate portal if you weren't open, ready, and willing to hold this manifestation. Wow. Okay. Let's get some of these goddess cards because I just feel like it. Let me shuffle just one time. I love these little guys. Okay, anything else? There's so much we covered. This was a very rich reading, rich soil, to continue the garden analogy. Okay. Let me just get everything out. All right. We're getting similar messages, but people, there's a piece of forgiveness that needs to be addressed in this moment. Forgive the parts of self that did not allow your soul's deepest truth to come forward. Forgive the parts of self that knew better and chose otherwise. Forgive the parts of self that didn't have the fill in the blank, the vision, the courage, the motivation. Fill in the blank with whatever feels true for you, but forgive those parts of self that didn't have those qualities or abilities to bring down your soul's truth from the realm of spirit into the realm of matter. We are quite literally plucking these truths from the quantum field and planting them like seeds in this fertile earth of our own consciousness. I love this garden analogy today. I am just riding the wave of it. And I'm also looking at all these waves behind this goddess here. It says divine lineage, and there's a crown hovering over her crown. And then we have the cosmic power card in reverse. Yeah, you're never doing this alone. You've heard me say this a million times. We don't do this work in a vacuum. Everything you do affects everyone else. Everything everyone else does or doesn't do affects you, right? You're being asked to repair this cord to your cosmic power and cosmic inheritance, your divine lineage. There's something here about you're being asked to quite literally strip down to your raw truth. We have this naked mermaid card here, and allow that truth to allow your ancestors, allow your angels, your spirit crew, whoever, to animate your self-esteem, your worthiness, your power, so that you can forgive all these pieces of self and take a step in the direction of your soul's deepest truth. I'm laughing, like I can't make this up. In the unconscious position, meaning the shadow position, we have surrender. You're being called to a deeper surrender on this Lion's Gate portal. In this surrender, you will excavate inspiration. You will be able to identify and water the appropriate seeds, your seeds, that will bring in this new beginning, that will adjust the environment around you so that your manifestation can grow. Wow. Beautiful. Happy Lionsgate. I'm just going to leave it on love. This is can we bring loving awareness to each and every moment with every breath? And when you don't know what to do, can you just lean back onto your throne of love and allow that throne of love to hold you even when you can't hold yourself? Beautiful. I am sending you all so much love. Good luck with your manifestations. I have full faith that you can bring these in. All right, see you in the next one.